Hello everybody, get ready to do lesson 6.2 Geometry 1 Math Part 1. 6.2 Properties of Parallelograms Part 1. Here's our standard, here's our description. We got a 22-point skill sheet and a 23-point notebook taking guide available. Teachers, here's your bell work for the day. Find the measure of the numbered angle here. Same thing down here. Give your students 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Our solutions, the measure would be 108. Alternate interior angle theorem for number 1. And then number 3 would be the same side interior theorem here. Same side interior would be same side here. These lines are parallel. You have a transversal here. So the measure of 3 would be 83 degrees. So the measure of 3 plus 97 equals 180. Same side interior. So it would be 83. Okay, a parallelogram is a quadrilateral, both pairs of opposite sides parallel. So the symbol PQRS is red parallelogram, PQRS here. In parallelogram PQRS, PQ is parallel to SR, so PQ would be parallel to SR here. Students, in your own words, define parallelogram. Okay, theorem 6.2. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. Its opposite sides are congruent. Symbols, parallelogram PQRS. PQ is parallel to S, or rather congruent to SR. PQ is congruent to SR. And QR would be congruent. QR would be congruent to PS here. Find side lengths of parallelograms. FGHJ is a parallelogram. Find JH, and FJ. Okay, so what would those be? JH equals FG. JH equals FG. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So JH equals 5. Substitute 5 for FG. So JH would equal 5. And then FJ equals GH. So 3 would equal FJ. Same thing here, FJ would equal 3. It's equal to this over here. So the answer is JH equals 5, FJ equals 3. First guide practice, ABCD is a parallelogram. Find AB and AD. Same thing down here, students. Teachers, give your students 3 minutes on this. Okay, welcome back. Here is your solution for number 2. FG equals EH, which equals 31. So 31 and 31. It looks like a square, possibly, or a rhombus for sure. We'll get into that later. And then number 1, AB equals DC equals 9, AD equals BC equals 8. So AD equals 8 and AB equals 9. AB equals 9. Theorem 6.3 words. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. So its opposite angles are congruent. Angle Q and angle S, and angle R and angle P will be congruent if it is a parallelogram, and it appears like it is here. All sides are parallel. Symbols, parallelogram, angle P is congruent to angle R. And then angle Q is congruent to angle. Theorem 6.4. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its consecutive angles are supplementary. So our consecutive angles here, so in this parallelogram, x plus y degrees x plus y degrees would equal 180. X plus y would equal consecutive angles of a parallelogram are like same-sided interior angles by theorem 3.7. So y and x degrees here, they are supplementary. So meaning they equal 180 degrees. PQRS is a parallelogram. Find the missing angle measures. So we have a 70 here. So by theorem 6.3, the opposite angles of a parallelograms are congruent. So opposite angles of a parallelogram. So a measure of angle R would equal measure of angle P. These are opposites here. So they would equal 70. By theorem 6.4, the consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So what does that mean? Well, angle Q plus angle M would have to equal 180. So angle Q and angle P would be 180. We know that angle P is 70, so angle Q plus 70 would equal 180. So what's angle Q would equal 110 for angle Q here. And then by theorem 6.3, the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So angle S measure of angle Q would be the same. They'd both be 110. So we got a 110 here, 110 here, and then a 70 up here. So the measure of angle R is 70, the measure of Q is 110, the measure of S is 110, and the angle P is 70. Okay, our next guided practice. This is a parallelogram. Find the missing angle measures, so we know that. Same thing down here for you students. Do both of these students give you 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Okay, welcome back. Here is the solution for number 4. So we have a 75-75 here situation. These would be the same. Angle B would be the same as angle D here, 105. So angle A and angle C would be 75 here in this case. Measure of angle C equals measure of angle A. So angle C and angle A would be equal 75 degrees, and B would be 105. What about up here? So up here, we got a 60 here, so angle C would have to equal a 60 degree as well. Correct? Measure of angle D plus 60 would be 180. So the measure of C and A would be 60 degrees here. Then D and B would be equal to, so they'd be equal to 120. So angle D and then angle B would be 120 degrees. And that is part 1 of lesson 6.2. And part 2 and part 3 would be here. Email me here. And for this other stuff, you can get that too. Thank you.